games. Speedrun Saga. Alright. I'll try it again. I'm surprised I missed that. That was fine. We'll continue now. So those first levels are fairly intense. We have to be on certain cycles to make the next few tricks work. So you might have noticed I was walking on a water tile. The game is freaking out because it thinks Frogger needs to be dead, but it's checking every tile that it is available at the time, but none of those tiles are able to effectively stop what happens next. Same case right here, it's the only other useful tile. Well, I got a phrase for this level. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a modified path. That's fine. So normally if I get the fast patterns there, we go slip sliding away. Taking a bit easier, safer strats here. Because I get the feeling I'm going to be behind on this cycle, and I wanted to make sure that I was going to be able to have the turtles float for me this whole time without any consequences. Here's another floating one. Not as useful. Yeah, as you can see, I took it a little bit easier. We got some fast hopping to do here. That's, not a good thing, actually. I'm gonna have to improv this, next part. Because I've never, had the def like that, so... So I actually have the, I have a few lost lives already, but we're gonna get through that first level with minor hitches. Alright, let's see how this next one goes. Alright. So what you're seeing here is shadow tiles, kind of like Simon Says. And yeah, that's the first one. We'll have two more right afterwards. I'm gonna take this a little bit easier. Normally I'd stay on the same line a little bit longer, but I decided not to. Old world record strat, you saw right there. Gonna go for that, and it worked out pretty nicely. That's another shadow tile. So unfortunately, I did end up, losing out on the life right there. So I'm gonna try my best to, make it out of here. Again, now what I have to scan for is that I am safely within... Okay, I got a very easy path of travel. And the last shadow tile section here. I'm gonna shut up for this one. Okay, not bad. That's halfway decent. We're gonna go for a fairly difficult, strat called the reverse conveyor belt. And I got it. It's not easy to hit. We're still not quite out of the woods with the strats. Alright, very, very nicely done. And that's World 2. Alright, we're gonna have some fish RNG, and the fish was generous to us, allowing us to make a very easy skip across the water. We're gonna have another cool skip coming up on the next level right now. And here it is. Blink and you'll miss it. And I realize that we're on a YOLO level, so I do need to play it very carefully. Yep. That's one of the biggest, this right here is one of the biggest run killers in and outside of world record attempts, so we're just gonna kind of take it a little bit easier than usual, considering I've already got one life. It can be very ugly if I don't anticipate that as a possibility. Yep, just like there. Perfect. For Marathon, that was what I needed. We're gonna go for Kobe. Never mind. We're going for a modified strat. It's fine. Normally, I'd be a bit tile further to the, not left, further to the right. Yeah, that's it. The Kobe strat saves a good 8 seconds or so. It's fine. We got backup all the time. Will this work? Yeah, it will. Nice. Alright. As far as, like, marathon presentation goes for a type of run like this is one of the more chill worlds, no pun intended. That is a really cool strat once you learn it. Alright, so we're gonna miss some patterns. We're gonna have to take it a little bit easier on the spiders here. So I'm gonna do some very easy, sort of like anybody can get them sort of strats. I have this one. There we go. Oh. Dang. Alright, so I did not account for one very important thing in this game. Oh, I hit the Kobe right there. Okay, cool. So that, okay. It's not all bad. I got to show off the cool trick no matter what. There we go. Good deal. Got that. Pretty nice. Alright. So yeah, that's what the Kobe strat looks like on the previous level. Get to show this a second time. We'll see if I'm cool enough to hit this 2 times in a row. And I did. That's a fairly easy one to remember. There we go. And I got the fast strat this time. And we should be on our way to, the lava caves. And, alright. This is a, fairly challenging, world. There's a lot of high-risk options you can take here. And we're gonna go for one of them. And I got it. That was closer than I made it look. A lot of the enemy patterns for fireballs are quite fast, including this one right here. I took a bit of a backup option because I went one shade a bit too far to the right. Can I get the fast pattern? No, not this time. I did manage to save myself, and we'll have to wait on that fireball, but we can very quickly and safely make our way through that particular area. Alright. So, we're gonna make our way here. Never mind. So everything I have planned for this level here, fast patterns, it's out of the works. We're gonna just kind of chill out, take it nice and easy, especially in such a hot-headed level like this one. Alright. Yeah, this is a little bit more safe, because there's a lot of places you can die with the way the platforms move around. You can sometimes get caught moving from one part that would originally have rocks to lava, so we definitely have to take that in mind. And now we wait a little bit, because this pattern is a little bit too fast for us. There is a world record strat. I have hit it only once. It's where you take a pattern earlier and you weave in between two fireballs very quickly. And this next part will look pretty cool. Maybe not as cool as the world record strat, but I still think you're going to like it coming up right now. Yeah, anybody who plays this game casually knows how very challenging that particular section is. But once you, like, learn the strat for that one, most of the time, as long as you're paying attention to the game, you should get it every time. That being said, nerves can come into play, and you can get freaked out, and there's only so much you can do when that happens. And that's alright. Not everybody plays perfectly, it's okay. Everybody runs into, issues with the, run. And I think I collected everything there. Alright. Beautiful. Alright, we got one more world to go. Yep. I was, having to slightly change my patterns because I was in a very uncomfortable, series of spider and bat patterns, so I decided to go for the lower one since I wasn't comfortable with the way the upper bats were moving, and I ended up getting only, like, off by about, I don't know, 0.5 seconds? Like 5 or 7 seconds, it's fine. This level's pretty easy, the next two, this one's easy too. This level is these first two levels are relatively easy, but when nerves are on the line, sometimes you can just, you know, make some simple misinputs. It happens to the best of the players. So this series of spiders does allow you to sort of cool down a little bit. It gives you time to figure out what you're going to do next. This level can be a little challenging if you lose track of your position and what patterns to take. I usually hit it about 50 to 60% of the time. It's not always easy, and you can lose track of it easily with the minecart positions and everything. We'll go for it right now and see what happens. And I got it the very first time. It does come down to one thing that I did not discuss, and it is that, you know, the game is genuinely impacted by one very particular thing, which is, of course, you know, you can use the sound of Frogger moving to get an idea of how the certain objects are position-wise. Which I do a lot. I will use my rhythm to sort of decide, like, how many steps I'm going to take in certain sections. Like here, for example. And I unfortunately did misstep a little bit. So my rhythm is very important to have here. So I could end up having a reset, but that would not be the end of the world. Alright. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. And we should be home free. Kind of play it a little bit safe here, and time will be when the goal is finished. There we go. 15:24. Not that bad. And considering I haven't touched this game in, let's say, at least 4 months, I did a halfway decent job. And I got to show off some cool strats too, so yeah. Not bad. It was a fun little any percent run I did there. So there you go, folks. That was a good old romp through a bunch of different worlds in the Game Boy series, and I was underestimated by quite a bit too. So respectable time for marathon, I'd say. Yeah. Yeah, that was fun, and that is the end of one of our Game Boy blocks, and also the end of part 3.